Hello, let's do Wordle for Sunday, August 17th. Okay, let's see what Super Sunday starting word we're getting today. We're in the S's. In fact, we get a double S. We get swash. Swash? Okay. Swash. I'm not 100% if I know what that means. Swash. We'll see if it gets us anything. Oh, wow. We do get one of the S's and it's placed in a very interesting spot. Could be something like close or close. I think we've had this before, though. I'm going to try it anyway. Okay, it wasn't it. I'm pretty sure we've had that before, but the letters are so good I couldn't pass it up, really. All right, the L isn't going last, right? Because what ends SL? That doesn't look like any word I've ever seen. So the L is going first or third. Probably first. Lousy? Would it be lousy to get lousy in 3? No, it wouldn't, because getting words in 3 is pretty darn good. Oh man, that was nice. I briefly considered putting L third, but I think there's probably a word or two that has it there, but obviously it made a lot more sense to put it first. And then once that's going first, the O almost certainly wasn't going to come after the S. So you'd have to put that second and just pop out lousy. I wonder how many words were left. Well, let's find out. Let's check the bot. 82 skill score, not as high as my last few days. Very lucky, though. Very lucky. And then a bit fewer than average for steps. A little under the average. Skill it didn't love. It's never going to love a double letter. Even though S is one of the best letters. But having a W and H in there, yeah, you're just missing out on T and E and L. Just so many good letters you're missing out on with that word. Slate would have had only 6 letters left. What did Slate have? What was the final word? Lousy. So it would have had the L and the S. Both in the wrong spot, so that's interesting that there was only 6 words left after that. Mine had 67 words left. Then close, it really didn't like that. I'm surprised by that. It would have gone with route. But my luck score was off the charts. Well, not off the charts, but you know what I mean. It was very high. There was only 1 word left. I'm surprised by that. I could have... L before the S. I guess without the E, it would be a lot more difficult to think of a word that had the L in the 3rd spot there. Although I'm thinking more words with U, really, like pulse, have the L before the S. I'm trying to think of a word now that has the O before the L. I'm not sure I can think of one. So maybe it wouldn't have made any sense to put the L in the 3rd place. So I'm glad I didn't. Although maybe I couldn't have. Maybe there wasn't any words. There's only 1 solution left after that. They would have gone with route, which would have left 2 solutions. I wonder what they would have been. I wonder if I can find a word in here that has the O before the L, or the L before the S. I can't find one. So yeah, there probably wasn't any. And then yeah, just lousy. So of course my skill score is going to be way up on that. So I'd say my skill score on the sync is 99, considering it lowered it to 1, because that's how that works. Wow, they would have gotten it in 2? Slate and then lousy. Crazy. I wonder what the 6 words were left after slate. I wish it would tell you that. It doesn't, though. Yeah, it just doesn't tell you that information. I really would like to know how many words are left. I could check one of the other bots, but that would involve doing more work, and I'm too lazy for that. All right, let's see how many people lost. I doubt many people are losing on this one. You're going to have so many good letters from the start for most people. 98.6, yes, only 1.4% of people are losing so far. So that's the best one in a few days. This week it's been like in the low to mid 90s for the most part, so back up to high 90s here. Yeah, just not a really tough word. What I was just thinking, what just popped in my head, is the least starters. That would be a great starting word today, because it starts, you get the L and the S placed right away. That would be super interesting. I bet there's some 2s today for people who start with least. If you start with least, let me know, and if you're enjoying the videos, please leave a like, subscribe, or follow, and let me know how you did today.